The holidays are upon us, a time of joy and celebration and a lot of delicious food. But have you ever stopped to think about how much marketing plays a role in the foods that you choose? The role that it has in shaping our holiday meals and snacks. Today we're not just going to talk about the food, but more so supplements and programs, products, and dive into some of the marketing influences of our choices around the season. There's a lot that we can kind of uncover, unpack from the strategies and the practices that marketers sometimes use. From enticing holiday imagery of like feasts and familiar music or jingles that accompany them, marketing is a powerful force in our holiday experience. All right, so starting off, let's take a few steps back and explore the history of food advertising. If all that sounds good to you, let's go. For decades, advertising has played a huge role in our food choices, especially, or around the whole year, but I think it's especially evident in the holiday season. Just think about the classic like Coca-Cola ads with the polar bears, or the Hershey's Kiss advertisement with that little jingle, or even the M&M's commercial with Santa. They don't just sell a product, they kind of sell an idea, this idea of like Christmas cheer, this idea of holiday cheer, and they try to associate it with the brand. And that makes a connection of that brand to the spirit of the holidays. Now, these campaigns do so much more than just promoting a product and trying to sell a product. They really reinforce this kind of tradition, especially with those commercials being used over and over again to build this kind of nostalgic feeling when watching. They become part of the holiday experience, whether you seek them out or not. It's like they're just going to show up somehow. Now, those are really good examples of holiday marketing around some food products. So many other examples, even in grocery stores, that really make an influence or that really have a big impact on the foods that we perceive as being like a holiday related meal or an appetizer. It's just really fascinating to see how brands have become intertwined with holiday traditions any time of the year, but especially this time of the year, I think for a lot of people, myself included. Now, I want to kind of shift and examine some ads, holiday related ads, holiday like season related ads from multi-level marketing companies, and specifically ones that I think do the opposite of promoting a healthy relationship with food and sustainable change overall. So this one is from Amare. They say, don't forget your digestive for Thanksgiving dinner. If you plan to indulge in your favorite comfort foods, keep digestive on hand for complete GI support. Digestive reduces feelings of discomfort and bloating after eating a meal. Hashtag Amare Global. Now they have an asterisk on that, but it's not in there. If they have an asterisk there for the supplement disclaimer, they really need to have that disclaimer alongside with it. Like it needs to be able to be seen without having to find it. But it capitalizes around the idea of holiday eating and this kind of consumption of indulgence that needs a solution, their solution. If somebody did want to consume foods that they know are going to cause some GI discomfort, there are so many non-MLM related supported products. Just an example, sometimes people really want to have an ice cream, but they might be lactose intolerant. And so they might choose to have something like Lactaid, which is a lactose enzyme, to help them with the digestion, with the breakdown of the lactose in that ice cream that they're really wanting to have. And so it's not like I'm seeing this and I can't like understand where the person might find themselves who, you know, want to consume maybe some more comfort foods, but they know that their bodies have like some GI related reasons why they can't really consume those without more of those like negative GI related outcomes. But I think this could have been, and this might be me nitpicking, which is fine. I might be a little bit petty, the phrasing around the indulgence. That's just like a slight flag that gets raised up whenever I hear a product talking about indulgence, because the messaging around food and consumption and indulgence typically is also often related to kind of messaging that promotes guilt and shame for having those foods, and seeing indulgence as inherently this kind of thing that needs correcting, and kind of capitalizing on this idea of, well, maybe you should have anxiety or concern around the indulgence of food. If you think that's a little bit too picky, let's just talk about the next example, also from Amare, and this is a New Year's advertisement. This one says, New Year, New You with Amare. And the caption says, every year we hear the phrase New Year, New You, but it doesn't always have to mean the same thing. It could mean new goals, new outlook on life, or even better health. So in 2023, this was last year, we want to help you with your new self. Let 2023 be the year you focus on your mental wellness. So it plays into the age-old kind of narrative of self-transformation or with the start of a new year, but with the recommendation of like whether it's happy juice and the note of focusing on your mental wellness To me, this is subtly applying that the happy juice that they're talking about, and also the year to focus on your mental wellness, that you can just purchase that happy juice to work on your mental wellness as like something that you can buy, and kind of overshadowing, in my opinion, the non-material ways that someone can approach their mental wellness or mental well-being overall. From a marketing standpoint, I am not a marketing professional. As a consumer though, if I was not aware around some of the concerns that I have around Amare, then I could see myself like seeing this and being like, yeah, I want to prioritize or focus on my mental wellness. And by doing the whole new year, new you with Amare kind of thing and purchasing this happy juice. But this kind of marketing is something that we really need to be aware of, because there are so many things in wellness and health overall that you can do that don't require you to buy any specific kind of product or supplements. And if there is something that is recommended by a health professional, your health professional who knows your story, what's going on, there are going to be other options, other kind of supplement options outside of multi-level marketing. Now, on the topic of New Year's, I also have an advertisement from Modere. Their post says, ready to be the best version of yourself in the new year? It starts with a bioceutical nutrition in Modere Access Opti Pack, a biologically integrated daily vitamin pack with 4 synergistically combined clean label supplements. Yours free with any Best Me collection of $159.99 or more, but where you take your wellness goals from there is up to you. And the picture says, the Best Me ... balances mental and physical health. If you want to dive on Modere, I do have a video on that. I'll leave that linked down in the description box. To me, this advertisement suggests that in order to be the best you need their products. And without their products, you might fall short of being the best you. This kind of language, in my opinion, perpetuates this idea that you have to have a specific kind of supplement in order to feel your best or to be your best or to do your, balance mental and physical health in the best way, when in reality, that is not the case. The idea that optimal health is like purchased in this to be your best you is not evidence-based. And of course, most people, I would say, like they would see this and be like, yeah, I want to be the best me. I don't think anybody, or like very few people are like, yeah, I don't want to be the best me. It just, to me, implies that the best me, balancing mental and physical health, requires this kind of system, which is not the case. There's another advertisement for products or a post from It Works. They say 2 resolutions on everyone's mind are health and finance related, and we got you covered for both. Let's make 2023 the happiest and healthiest year yet. So this messaging from It Works, it's linking not only physical health and the improvement of that, but also financial health. And those tie directly to their products, to their company. It applies this kind of purchase in order to get physical health and also financial health, rather than promoting the ideas that promote a more intentional, compassionate approach, approaching food with curiosity, compassion, and context, and just overall practices that don't rely on you having to purchase a multi-level marketing product or join the company. We know that the majority of multi-level marketing participants either don't earn money or lose money, and it's not because they didn't try hard enough. There's just not enough people for it to be a sustainable business model. I feel like it's a claim to say that they've got you covered for the financial related, like the health too, but especially the finance. I feel like them saying that they've got you covered, that's like a claim. That's how I'm seeing it, at least. But around this time of year, a lot of people do have those goals in a variety of places, including health and finance. And so seeing something like this without also being told what shared their income disclosure statement, I think is definitely a marketing strategy, but one that I don't find very ethical, and I feel like very misleading. Of course, we have to talk about Herbalife. This one says, start the new year the perfect way. Hydrated. Drop a green heart emoji if you had aloe today. And then the image shows an aloe vera juice concentrated drink. So we all know hydration is important, but to me, this ad implies that water is not enough. To me, this ad is a classic example of making a problem and then providing a solution to that problem that isn't actually a problem. And it's also placed in like a fitness kind of picture. Someone looks like they're on like a yoga mat and they're working out, or they just finished working out, really implying that like an active or the desire to have an active, healthy lifestyle, that something like this aloe juice is necessary, when it's not. What concerns me about all of these kind of advertisements is the idea that it perpetuates, in my opinion, this idea of like, you're not doing it right unless you have our products. And this is a really, really frustrating thing on my end, because it really undermines, I don't know if that's right, it really makes the person's confidence in actually evidence-based, simple actions. It makes people lose confidence in actions that are evidence-based, that truly do support health, healthy relationship with food, that support in physical health, because those actions feel almost like too simple for a lot of people, because they don't require all of these additional supplements, rules, products. It reduces the confidence of like actually evidence-based things. I think that's what frustrates me so much about these kind of advertisements. Like, just think about the last advertisement, or one of the last advertisements that you saw specifically related to health. Like, did it make you feel like you weren't doing health good enough? Did it make you question your current habits? Now, I know that there's a spectrum on here. There are certainly, I do my own advertising, but I think there is a difference between promoting the idea of health supporting actions from like a specific product, or that like you have to have something implying that you're doing it wrong unless you buy this specific product that you're gonna use and have to continue to buy over and over again. Like, there's a difference there, in my opinion at least. I just think that with these kind of advertisements, it can slowly erode one's confidence in very simplistic actions that really do promote or support physical health, and actions that don't harm their relationship with food. There are just so many tactics, advertising tactics in the wellness space, in the health and wellness industry, and so let's talk about a few of them. So there are diets and kind of weight loss product ads, whether they're for like dieting plans or programs, or weight loss supplements, or fitness products that promote these kind of quick results, especially post-holiday. Those exaggerated claims really do prey on insecurities or vulnerabilities in people who have concerns around their consumption or approaches to food around the holiday season. There's also health food and supplement ads, like not related to weight. They can really be instead focused on like the superfood idea. Dietary supplements and these kind of superfoods can make really bold claims about the benefits or potential benefits. Now, these can often be misleading or just exaggerated. There's also fitness or gym membership advertisements. Those are really ramping up towards the end of the year and at the beginning of the year. And those often use emotional manipulation for these kind of like drastic body transformations, implying you need this kind of huge body transformation. Of course, there's also detox and cleanse product kind of advertisements. And those often make misleading claims for the body's need for an external kind of detoxification support. Within all of those, there's also ads for unrealistic, like in a sustainable kind of way of body standards. Those can often imply that if you're using this product or this program, that your body is going to look similar to the people advertising it, which that can not only be misleading, but also promote an unhealthy relationship with one's body, like unhealthy body image perceptions. And there's also food and beverage ads that imply that the product is like guilt-free or clean for the holidays. Now, this perpetuates the idea of good foods and bad foods and just harmful diet culture narratives. There's also the use of buzzwords, kind of making foods have this health halo, or making us think that certain foods are healthier than others because of buzzwords. Words like gluten-free, which of course is going to be a great option, better for you, like if you have celiac disease, for example, but just because something is gluten-free doesn't mean that it's inherently more healthy, just as an example. So I just really encourage people, when they're seeing health-related or food or nutrition-related advertisements, are they trying to sell you an experience that goes beyond the product itself? If it is just talking about the product itself, that is one thing, but talking about the experience beyond the product, that is not always going to be a negative thing, but it just can bring awareness to what the advertisement is. Again, not saying that 100% that is inherently a bad thing. I think it can be used in an ethical way, but just be aware. Be aware, because emotional manipulation can really have us purchasing things that we wouldn't purchase without that. I think with understanding and recognizing the strategies, this can help us make better, more informed choices that are informed by accurate information and genuine need or preference, rather than like the persuasion to get it. We don't have to necessarily see these kind of advertisements as 100% good or bad. We're just seeing the nuances within them and recognizing what we truly want and need or prefer, rather than unknowingly being pushed to it. The takeaway that I want from here is just to approach food, nutrition, program, product, supplements with curiosity and awareness, especially if you recognize any kind of emotionally charged words. Mindful consumption goes beyond foods and includes the information and the advertisements. And ultimately, that helps us with the approach of food with curiosity, compassion, and context. That wraps it up for this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and make sure you're subscribed. I'd greatly appreciate that. And remember, you can strive for health without subscribing to diet culture. I'll see you later. Bye.